some more people to join. Hopefully they join. If not, you can share this link with your friends in the groups. Let's hope some of them join. All right. Good evening, everyone. Thank you so much for joining in today. And this is one more Saturday. And we know what? Every Saturdays we do some kind of learning, right? This I've been doing for last 3.5 years. And today's session is all about understanding regulatory affairs for non-regulatory professionals. So if you're not a pharmacist, if you're from life sciences or medicine or dentistry, any other field apart from pharmacy, then this session is definitely for you. This session will speak about everything about regulatory affairs, how to learn regulatory affairs. We'll also talk about a short course that our speaker, Dr. Sangamesh, is starting. He has been doing this course for quite some time, and next batch will start from May. So if you are interested, you can also join that course. All right. So without further delay, let's introduce and welcome our speaker for today, Dr. Sangamesh. Dr. Sangamesh, are you here? Let me know.
Yes, yeah.
All right, perfect. So Dr. Sangamesh is here, and it is my pleasure to introduce Dr. Sangamesh to all of you. He is a distinguished pharmacist with more than 21 years of experience, and he has done a lot of work in pharmaceuticals, food quality, regulatory affairs. His expertise has been into market authorization applications, including small molecules, novel biological biosimilars, clinical trial applications, food and dietary health supplement, and controlled drug substances. He is not just a pharmacist; he is also a visionary entrepreneur. He is the founder and program director of Drishti Institute of Distance Learning in Bangalore. And he started this distance learning much before even we heard of the online or distance education, right? So he's been doing that for a long time now. And he's also the founder and CEO of Masang Laboratories. He's the founder and director of Saskia Labs, Thygro Labs, and he's been a lifelong learner. So he does a lot of workshops, paper presentations, learning and development workshops, upskilling. He helps people to upskill. He's done his MPharm, his PhD from Alamein College of Pharmacy under RGHS, Rajiv Gandhi University of Health Sciences. He has also done his MBA from IGNOU, and he's done his MPharm from HKES College of Pharmacy. He has also done his LLB and various other diploma courses. He worked in different corporate roles. His recent role was from Anthem Biosciences, where he served as the head of regulatory affairs from 2015 to 2020. And then he was also part of Biocon, where he launched several products. He has been working with the biologics department for quite some time. He is a member of various pharmaceutical organizations. Some of them are APTI, Infarm, AFSTI Mumbai, and he is also the voting member of RAPS USA. So all of you who are interested in regulatory affairs, RAPS is a very known organization from USA, mostly for regulatory affairs professionals. He is also the president of Association of Regulatory Affairs Professionals, a New Delhi-based organization. And his skills are multifaceted. He loves teaching, coaching, mentoring. He helps students understand about communication and interpersonal skills. He's a very detailed-oriented business analysis professional. And being from a pharmacy background, he always wants to people help from pharmacy, non-pharmacy, everyone to get started with pharmaceutical careers. So please join me in welcoming Dr. Sangamesh. We look forward to hearing from you, sir, with your vast experience in regulatory affairs. And since this session is mostly for non-pharmacy professionals, we would like to break down, I would like to request you personally to break down regulatory affairs in a very simple manner so that every one of us can understand. And please let us know also more about the course that you are planning and why you planned this course. What is the objective of this course and everything? And of course, we'll have a lot of Q&A going forward during the session. So welcome, Dr. Sangamesh. Thank you so much for being here with me. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Manoj. Thanks for your very vast introduction about myself, and thank you very much for your humbleness, because no, we have worked together and we used to do a lot of sessions in various colleges. Last time we are in Christ University, we have gone to Vikrant College and Oxford College in during this Pharmacist Day, Dr. M.L. Sharaf's birthday, which is recently called as a Pharmacy Day. So many events we are doing, and since we are basically from a pharmacy professional, and since I have worked with a lot of many companies where we have seen many people from life science background, different backgrounds will come to pharma industry because they are very good in one area. It may be synthetic chemistry, it may be preclinical trials, clinical trials in one area. But our regulatory affairs is a multidisciplinary area. We should have thorough knowledge about all the aspects of the drug development. The entire drug life cycle we should know to be a perfect regulatory affairs personnel. And regulatory affairs people are very important because we are the ambassadors between the pharmaceutical industry and the regulators. We know in and out of the company, as well as we know the requirements of the regulatory authorities. So we know how to bridge the gap between these two institutions, when it's pharmaceutical industries and the regulatory authorities. So we have to get all the approvals in time. That is very important in a pharma industry, and without any failures or without delay in the drug development or during the regulatory approvals. That plays very important role in the growth of a pharmaceutical industry. Since with vast experience, so I have been into academics, I have been into corporate. Now we left everything and started our own journey. Past 3 years, we have started our own ventures in the toughest time of the world history during COVID. We thought of doing something big. See, when the going gets tough, the tough gets going. You have to do something in the toughest time of the history. So it proves your way of thinking and confidence level. See, when you become successful in the toughest time, you can be successful in the history of mankind. So we thought of doing that, and I started that. By God's grace, we are doing good things. We have started a group of companies. I have started one company called my own institute immediately after the PhD, Drishti Institute of Distance Learning in the year 2011. Because I'm from academic. Immediately after my PhD, I joined Biocon as a regulatory officer. So I thought I have seen a lot of gaps are there from industry and the academics. So I thought of since I have done various courses, like along with my PhD, I did my MBA. MBA said that my best advantage. We should know where your advantage is there, where to work, and how to get the things done. Then along with that, our mentor told we should have different type of courses like IPR, regulatory, clinical trials, pharmacovigilance, medical of ethics. Then my mentor told he was very reluctant. Yes, you have to pursue LLB also. Then I told, sir, why all these things are required? No, you do it. There are very few consultants in the pharma sector who knows about all those things. He said, be you whatsoever high, law is above you. Be you whatsoever high, law is above you. So you should know rules and regulations, laws of the country where you are working, in which area you are working, because our pharma is full of law. That is Drug and Cosmetic Act. It is full of Drug and Cosmetic Acts. Even our forensic pharmacy will learn full of rules and regulations. Then your IPR, patents, copyrights. See, 50% of the law we have learned in different zones, in different sections. Then I thought of So we'll take up a challenge, and luckily we have done all these things. So now, whatever the knowledge we have gained in the industry, in the academic, we thought of exploring to the different community who are interested. And I am blessed with many good people. We have a good network, and even I am a startup and entrepreneurs coach, and I'm the advisor for Atal Incubation Centers. We're doing many things. I have my own four startup companies. One company name is Thiagro Labs Private Limited. Think and grow rich. People say that hard work is the mother of all success. Of course, definitely, we believe hard work is required. Along with that, we should have different parameters. That is, we should have the parallel strategy where we can grow big. See, whenever you want to do something, I will give this some clear-cut qualities of an regulatory affairs professional, or if you want to become any professional or any successful person in the any area. Just I will share my slides, and we'll start with
Sure, sir. One question now, sir. Why you are such a core pharmacist and you have worked in different departments in mostly in regulatory affairs in different pharmaceutical companies. Why regulatory affairs for non-regulatory affairs professional? What was that idea for behind this?
yes, because majority of the pharma industries, there are PSC and MSc people and non-pharmacy people are there. And during that time, when we were discussing, a lot of people are discussing, they are feeling these tablets, capsule, parenterals, injections. Since pharma people will study all these things from the beginning, they are very familiar with all these terminologies. Later on, I thought I have written a small book during those days, Pharma for Non-Pharma. That means just if they go through those basic things, they will be more confident of working in a pharma area. There are a lot of life science people working in a pharma industry. They are in very good positions, and there is small gap. That gap, to fill that gap, we thought of adding all these value-adding courses, mainly the bridge courses like PG diploma in regulatory affairs, clinical trials, IPR, supply chain management, clinical trial management. So we have keep on adding things based upon the demand from the industry people and from the academics. So we are the bridge between both academics and the industry. We coach many academic staff, teachers, as well as the students, and from corporates also we are training. So that is the why we thought of adding all these things into our courses.
Perfect, sir. Thank you.
Yeah.
Excellent. So we'll learn more about it during the session today. And questions, participants. So if you are joining from YouTube, make a note of the questions. You can put in the chat box. If you're on Zoom, then no problem. You can either unmute yourself during the Q&A, or you can also put in the chat box. I'll read the questions for you. Dr. Sangamesh will explain more about regulatory affairs for non-pharma professionals, and also he'll talk about his course for professionals who want to get into regulatory affairs today. So thank you so much, sir. Please go ahead.
Yeah. See, today we'll discuss about a brief overview of regulatory affairs. Why regulatory affairs is required, and what is the role of a regulatory affairs professional in the pharma industry. These are the contents which we are going to study today about various rules and regulations of the drug regulatory affairs, then regulatory bodies, then common technical documents, quality assurance, and quality control. These are all the main core areas in the pharma industry. Now, these are the qualities of a regulatory affairs professionals. Regulatory affairs professional have to analyze each issue and create alternative and backup plans. See, whenever we approach the authority, we should explain them why we want the approval, what we are going to do with this drug. So we have to explain them, because many of the regulators are from different areas in the regulatory authorities. We have to explain them what is the role of my drug. So what is the strategy for getting the approval? So in which way we have to classify? All those things are very, very important to approach the regulators. There are always two routes to get the come out of any situation. Let the situation comes up first and change accordingly. This is the first scenario. Second is study and understand the situation before it comes up to be ready with right alternatives. So we have to prepare well in advance. to tackle anything. In other words, being prepared for the inevitable change. So get into handling and having creating alternatives in every situation. So this is how one can manage the situation efficiently. That means before, see, certain people are very cool, having chalta hai attitude. So they will see the first, they'll face the situation, then they'll think of the solution or alternate ways. That's also good. And certain people are very systematic, and regulators are the people who are in the regulatory affairs should be very systematic. They should have the alternate options well in plan. So what should be the, see, always it is said that when you read, see, how many of you read the book called Corporate Chanakya? We should read such book because no, why it means always you should have parallel strategy in life. Whatever you do, you should have the backup plan or the backup strategy. So always you should have a parallel strategy, plan A, B, C, D. Sometimes if you are lucky, all the plans A, B, C, D will work. If your time is tough, times are there, then at least out of your parallel strategies, any one plan will work, definitely. So you should know about the strategy and the tactics. Strategy is a long-term plan, but tactics are the short terms, how to get the things done. It is a tactics, it is a tricks. We have to use some tricks, tactics, and to get the things done on day-to-day basis. Both are important. We should have the strategy as well as the tactics. Then, so we'll certain examples why, see, regulatory people should know how to handle the situation. This is very, very important because we don't know what type of problems will come in the during the drug development. So during COVID-19, nobody knows what happens. So we have very tough time. Nobody knows the next moment. So India is lucky under the leadership of our Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji. India has done wonderful things, and we have saved a lot of lives. We have, whatever he says, everybody has listened to him, and finally we are successful in combating this COVID-19. So we have alternate backup strategies and quick solutions, and we should have multiple things in place. Then only we can do the planning. Because sometimes if you have plan, some plans will fail. But in regulatory, it is a very, very complex area. We have to explain to the regulators how to get the approvals. Certain things in India, recently one application, one case came to me. It is a amniotic stem cell membrane. In India, they got approval in some medical device. It is used for ophthalmic use and for the wound healing properties. People want to export it to US market and they want to market there. But it is not classified as a drug, as a medical device, as a combination product, as biologicals. Now, we have to come up with a strategy how to classify it and how to get the approval in the US market and how to sell our product. A lot of demand is there, but there is no such parallel product in the market till now. So we are working on parallel strategy. We have to approach the other regulators with our own plan. Sir, we have to fix this drug or the stem cell in this category. So it is used for external purpose. So as early as possible, we have to explain them and get the approval, and we have to put our product in the market. That is how the regulators or the regulatory department people should work in different ways. And there are different regulatory pathways. It may be IND, investigational new drugs, and generic drugs, and patent challenging. See, Teva Pharmaceuticals are very good in patent challenging. Whatever the new patents people will apply, immediately this Teva Pharmaceuticals, it's an Israeli company, immediately they will file for the petition. And majority of the court cases are settled outside, and they are very strong. Legal team is there. They are advocates, pharma people. And in US, the high demand job is a PhD in chemistry with LLB. Because majority of the patents are filed you should know the route of synthesis, where exactly what we have to claim, how we have to protect your molecule, everything you should know. That is why, see, patents are very, very, your ideas are like potent seed. Ideas are like potent seed in a glass bottle. If you put this seed in a fertile soil, then it will grow into a big oak trees. So you should know where exactly to put your seed and when to put. That is very important. That the regulators or the patent agent will help you to put those things in the exact place. So automatically the nature and the your universe will take care and it will grow big. So you have to start somewhere. One more and the last thing I told about is Jugad Yatra. It is a book written by foreign author about the Indian solutions. Jugad Yatra is a book you can read. It's a very, very good book where quick fix for any problems. It is the Indian Jugad problems. It's a very fantastic thing. And they have given a lot of examples in this book. Any problem is given to Indian, it will be solved within no time. Somehow it will be solved. And it is said that one Indian is equal to three Japanese. Two Indians equal to one Japanese. Three Indians equal to zero Japanese. That means one Indian mind will think as that of three Japanese. So that means our own strategies, the tactics, the way which we bought from the childhood, from facing a lot of problems, we have our own solutions. See, we'll never worry about any problem. We'll get the solution. Somehow we'll come out of that with our, that is the Indian things. And majority of the worldwide big companies, all the CEOs, top positions are from India. It may be Google, you can take Microsoft, you can take any big micro or PepsiCo, any company you take, even our president of UK, you see, any problem will be solved by the Indians. Indians can work under pressure. No other country people can work under pressure because we have the habit of working under pressure always. It is said that stress and pressure are wonderful blessings. We should have all those things a little bit. Otherwise, there is no, in life, we should have not only experience, we should have thrilling experience. I have enough thrilling experience because whenever things are going very good, just think, see, if you are in a comfort, you should have the ability of being comfortable in the uncomfortable zone. Always you should be comfortable in the uncomfortable zone. That means you can learn new things. When you think, see, people said that you have to take risk. You have to take calculated risk. No, there is no calculation in the risk. Risk is risk. You have to take risk and move on. Because if you want to dream big. Because it takes same time and energy to realize that dreams. It may be small dream, big dream, it will take same time and energy. So think big, think and grow rich. Always it is said that people working hard, like our people who are working in the labor categories and other things, they'll work in the hot sunlight, hot sun for the whole day to get their bread and butter. But if you think and work, that is think and grow rich. You read a book called by Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. It's an excellent book. You'll get a lot of inputs from these books. What are the alternate strategies you can use? See, and one more thing, if you want to grow big, you should know the parameter called leverage. Leverage means you should know how to utilize the talent, time, and money of others, because so-called all the entrepreneurs, they know how to use the talent of employees, their time and money from the investors or from the bank. And they will give a salary to you. It is a peanut. I have my own definition of salary I will give to you. See, if you want to grow big, salary is the bribe given to the employees to forget their dream. Salary is the bribe given to the employees to forget their dream. Because if you don't have your own dream, people will hire you to fulfill their dreams. And one of my big fan in the corporate sector is Dhirubhai Ambani ji. I am a great follower of him. See, almost all the first generation entrepreneurs are very tough people and they have their own strategy. In somewhere he said that don't throw stones on every barking dogs. Don't throw stones on every barking dogs. Keep biscuits and move on. That means it has a lot of meaning. Think about it. We'll discuss in the later sessions. Whenever time permits, no, that time we can discuss about all those things. So, one example I'll give about Jugad Yatra, how it is important. Then later on we will move to the subject. In Jugad Yatra, it is a book written by a foreign author. I have read, I have seen this in the airport. One of the foreign author was reading this book. It was written by a foreign author about the Indian quick solutions for any problems. Once there was war in Iran, there was no food supply to the Iran. The whole world was, and they're asking that to the entire world to supply the food materials to them, but no one was, due to a lot of restrictions, no one was interested. And they reached the Indian people. See, only Indians can help us to come out of this situation. They have reached Hinduja brothers, Ashok Leyland, the Hinduja brothers. Yes, this is the situation. We need immediate food supply to our country, mainly wheat, potato, and onions and regular items. Immediately thought, yes, we can help them. What they did, immediately they arranged within a week 400 trucks of food supply materials. It is a combination of wheat, potato, and whatever the things required for this food supply. They arranged, and 400 trucks by roadway they have reached this Iran. First, from India, they have reached the Pakistan border. There, they have changed the drivers and the number plates of the trucks, and within a week or within a week to 10 days, they have supplied all the 400 trucks of food materials to the Iran. That is how they want to help. See, India is known for Sanatana Dharma, and we are here to help the entire world. See, even in pharma sector also, India is the pharmacy for the entire world. Even during the COVID time, we have supplied our vaccine to the almost all the developed, underdeveloped and developing countries. That is why the whole world will look to India for any type of problems and solutions. So it is our duty to maintain our status and standards of supplying quality, safety medicines to the entire globe. So this is how, why regulatory plays very important role. We'll discuss in the next slides. So drug life cycle. So how the drug life cycle starts and why it is important to understand all these things. See, this is the drug life cycle. First, the drug discovery will happen. During the drug discovery, they will do a lot of synthetic work and see all the new chemical entity moiety will be classified as agrochemical and a pharmaceutical. If the molecule is having good animal activities or any potency to cure any type of disease, so it is classified as pharmaceutical. Then they will do all the preclinical studies in the animal models as per Schedule Y in India. Then if the preclinical toxicity studies are very promising and it is curing the disease in the animal model, then they will approach the clinical regulators to give the clinical trial approvals. That is called clinical trial approvals. Clinical trials, it is done in 3 phases, phase 1, phase 2, phase 3, and one more is phase 4. It is a pharmacovigilance. So during this time, all the approvals are very, very important. So the regulators or the regulatory department help us to get all the approvals in time. So that is where regulatory department plays very important role, from drug discovery to get all the test licenses and to get the approval from the IC, Institutional Ethics Committee approval. Then they have to approach ICMR, Indian Council of Medical Research. In case of biologicals, even they have to approach the review committee, GEAC, that is RCGM, Review Committee for Genetic Manipulation. We have to approach all these authorities and get the approvals to conduct the preclinical trials. Based on those preclinical trial reports, we will approach the CDSO, Drug Control Department, DCGI, Drug Control General of India, to get the clinical trial approvals. After clinical trials are done, the entire data should be converted to the CTD module. That is module 1, module 2, module 3, module 4, and module 5. So later stage, we'll see what are the different modules. So after that, we have to submit the entire dossier to the drug authority for the review. They will go through all the documentation from CMC part, chemistry, manufacturing, and critical control points. Then your preclinical data, then your clinical trial data reports, clinical study reports, which is done mainly by the medical reporters and the physicians, doctors. They will do clinical trials in various parts of the globe. There are once again global clinical trials or clinical trials done in any particular country. If they want to do in India, they have to select the patients from different zones, east, west, north, south, and central India. Because no, the clinical trials are conducted in various populations, then only the whole data can be extrapolated. But during clinical trials also, we have limitations. We will appoint 2,000 to 3,000 people during the clinical trials. But when the drug gets marketing approval and it is in the public domain, it is used by lakhs of millions and billions of people in the entire globe. So that time, they have a lot of adverse drug reactions, drug-drug reaction, drug-food interaction, adverse events, lot of deaths, so many things will happen. So that is monitored through phase 4, that is pharmacovigilance. It's very, very important place, very important role to keep the drug product in the market. Pharmacovigilance is also called as phase 4 of the clinical trials. See, during this pharmacovigilance, what they will do, they will collect the safety data from the public domain and they will report to the authority every 6 months for the first 2 years. Then and next, every annually, they have to report to the authority how the drug is behaving in the entire outside the globe, in the entire in the market, whether it is safe, whether it is having any adverse events, adverse effects, any deaths are happening. See, based on the nature of the drug, how it is behaving in the general public, based on that only, they will allow you to keep the drug in the market. Otherwise, if it is very dangerous molecule, or if it is many deaths are happening, immediately they will warn the company to withdraw the product or they will ban the product. How some drugs are banned in the market? This is the reason they will take all the data from the market, from the doctors, from the pharmacists, from the nursing community. Entire data will be collected. They will review all those things. If it is having any harmful effects, then your drug will be banned. So that is why lot of recall will be there, a lot of deaths will be there. Recently, when Glanbia case is there, so some syrup, cough syrup, some issues are there. So these are all, see, incidents and accidents will keep on happening in the industry. We should know how to handle it. That's very important. Many things will happen. And as per the Factory Act and the industry regulations, various parameters are there. There are many legal teams who can handle all these things. We should know all those things because don't think always it is a smooth. It is said that the road of success is always under construction. The road of success is always under construction. If you want to build a successful road, you should have A, B, C, D. A is ability, B is belief system, C is commitment, and D is dedication. We don't know what are the situations come. We should know how to handle each and every situation. That is very, very important as a part of regulatory affairs department. Then after the review process, your licensing authority will give the license. Then post-marketing surveillance, that is PMS, that is it is a part of pharmacovigilance activity. See, then they will go for in the market. They will do. See, there are some changes, post-approval changes also. What are post-approval changes? The changes made to any formulation or any batch size after the approval are called as post-approval changes. And these post-approval changes are classified into major, minor, and intermediate. That means depending upon the impact on the quality and safety of the drug, it is classified as or medium, intermediate, and major, minor, intermediate, depending upon the impact on the quality of the product or impact on the efficacy. So then if something goes wrong or if any reprocessing is done, it is called as re-evaluation, revalidation. If there are a lot of untrodden effects are there, then they will tell you to remove the product from the market. Immediately, the product will be removed from the market with valid reasons. So it is the duty of the manufacturer to take care of your product. See, regulatory affairs, there is no expiry. Patents will expire after a period of 20 years from the date of application, but regulatory affairs is a dynamic field. Until if you want to keep your product in the market, your regulatory approval should be there and you have to follow all the rules and regulations of the regulatory departments. Regulatory authorities, their main motto is to supply quality, safety, and efficacious medicines to the public. That is their main motto. They don't want to reward any innovator or they want to make anything, but the main motto is to supply quality, safety, and efficacious medicines at affordable price to the patients. That is the main intention. So this is how the entire drug discovery phase happens in the drug life cycle. So now we'll discuss about different types of drugs. What are different types of drugs? There are prescription drugs, innovator drugs, OTC, over-the-counter drugs like paracetamol, Vicks 500. Majority of the drugs are OTC, over-the-counter, without any prescription, you can get it. Then generic drugs. When the patent is expired, it will come to generic domain or public domain. Those things are called generic drugs. Then orphan drugs are also called as rare disease drugs. Here, the population will be very, very less. So for them also, some new innovations and medicines are required. For orphan drugs and rare drugs, government will give lot of benefits, incentives, and subsidies to carry out research and development in orphan drugs area. And they will give more 100% free for the clinical trials. Government will pay for the clinical trial development for all these orphan drugs. Then branded and trade name formulations. All these are the different types of drugs. Then drug regulatory affairs. It is the backbone of pharmaceutical industry. See, if the regulatory team is strong in any pharma company, it may be like Reddy Labs, Sun Pharma, Hetero, Arbindo, then your Biocon. All these companies are growing big because of the regulatory team. They will get all the approvals in US FDA, Europe, Japan market, Canada, regulated markets, semi-regulated markets, and almost all globally. They know how to conduct the clinical trials, what type of approvals are required, how to place the product in the market, when we have to enter into the generic version. They know they will do the market analysis well in advance, and accordingly, they will place their product in the global market. That is why big companies, they have their own regulatory team, very, very strong regulatory team. In some companies, they will have country-wise. US, one team is there. They will take care of some molecules only for the US market, European market. One more team is there. So they have different both, and some companies like Biocon and other companies, they have national regulatory affairs one team, international regulatory affairs one team. In some companies like Glenmark and other companies, they have a whole team of regulatory affairs people who can get the approvals at the earliest. That is very, very important. That is very important for the growth of any pharmaceutical company. Regulatory affairs department are the strategic team. They will see the entire regulatory affairs history is divided, or the cycle is divided into 4 phases. Phase 1 is strategic planning. Phase 1 is pre-approval stage. Phase 3 is approval stage, and phase 4 is post-approval stage. All these phases will be learned in detail in the further classes and all those things. See, the entire RAPs are the US RAC, whatever regulatory affairs professionals I'm a coach for the RAC USA and RAPS. We have cleared long back and all those things. I have coached many people for this RAPS exam US certification. And see that there also the entire syllabus of the entire strategy is divided into strategic planning, pre-approval, post-approval, approval and post-approval. 4 phases, very, very important phases. Each phase have the different planning. So how to approach the regulators. And in US, the whole system is very systematic. We'll discuss one by one in the next slides. Definition of regulatory affairs. Regulatory affairs process is interaction of the company with regulatory authorities, internal departments of the organization, throughout the life cycle of the product, that is from synthesis of active moiety to market approval, post-approval activities, regulatory affairs professionals are required. They know the thorough knowledge of the regulatory process. The overall objective of drug regulatory affairs is to ensure that medicinal products are of acceptable quality, safety, and efficacy, are manufactured and distributed in a ways which ensures their quality until they reach the patient or the customer, and that their commercial promotion is accurate as per the legal format. Like a lot of promotional activities should be done as per the regulatory norms only. They can't do advertisement, it should not impact the public. So it is very, very important to do all these marketing promotional activities also in the ethical way. Why regulatory affairs is required? The pharmaceutical industry is the most regulated of all the industries. Regulations are put to develop the most efficient and safe pharmaceutical products. Regulatory affairs provides insights, guidance into this development through agency wisdom collected. See, there are a lot of ICH guidelines published in quality, safety, efficacy, then the multidisciplinary. There are a lot of ICH guidelines are there because regulatory affairs professionals should be very, very thorough about all the ICH guidelines and previous experience, marketing precedents, etc. And hence, they reduce the number of developmental failures. See, regulatory department people knows what exactly we have to do, how to avoid the failures, and how to get the approvals as early as possible. So, what are the areas where regulatory affairs department will help? See, these are the areas where regulatory affairs department will help. Mainly licensing, to get the test license during development process, to get the manufacturing license, GMP license, and when the license is approved, they will help in registration of your product in different countries like US FDA, Europe, Japan, Canada, Australia, both the regulated and semi-regulated markets. Then they will help in development of any new molecule. They will help in getting the manufacturing license. They will help in maintaining the quality of the product. They will help in guidance, which path we have to follow. They will, even regulatory affairs people are thorough about NPPA, National Pharmaceutical Pricing Authority, DPCO, that is Drug Price Controlling Authority. And every product should not be marketed over a certain price because no, price is always fixed for National Essential List of Medicines. There is authority called NPPA, National Pharmaceutical Authority of India, where they'll fix the price. We can't market 1 paisa above that. So that is very, very strict, and they will impose hefty penalties if you won't follow the regulations as per the NPPA rules. Even our drug control department is very vigilant on the pricing and all these things. It is a very stringent market. It is not an open market, and we have to follow the strict rules and regulations as per the norms. Even regulatory affairs people will help in marketing, where exactly they will do the marketing analysis, in which country your product is in demand. Accordingly, they will go for the global city, global clinical trial in US, Europe. If you want to market your drug in US, Europe, Canada, so during clinical trial only, they will include the patients from US, Europe, Canada, wherever they want to market. First, they will do the market analysis. Based on that, they will do the drug development. Then, during the clinical trials, they will include all the population. With same data, immediately they can apply to different regulatory authorities for the approval. That is how where the regulatory affairs department plays very, very important role in minimizing the approval time. Because no, they know the documents requirement and how to approach the authorities at the earliest. Then comes your pharmacovigilance. It is safety data management. Then GMP, good manufacturing practices, good laboratory practices in the QC labs. GCP, good clinical practices in the during clinical trials. Even regulatory affairs people will help during the patent filing, copyrights, and trademarks. See, one of the best example during trademarks is my own company. I have one more company called Saskia Labs Product Limited. A lot of litigations are the opposition from the Siska Labs, which is Siska LED bulbs. So they filed a case. Saskia, my company is Saskia, SASKIA. They filed a case. It is similar thing. You can't get the trademark. Then I approached, see, Siska is known for LED bulbs, not for labs or the pharmaceuticals. Then you have given the explanation. I fought in the court, and finally I got the approval for this, my own company. Trademark is done in multiple categories, in both pharmaceuticals or the food substances. We got multiple trademarks. So we should know how to fight. See, don't think if big companies, any opposition is there. No, if you are firm with your own strategy, go to the court. See, for that second, I said you, be you whatsoever high, law is above you. Law is same for small people, big people. You should know how to approach the legal authority and the patent. You will get a fair decisions will be done in the legal courts. It may be patent office or it is the court. Wherever you go, you'll be successful. These are all the total strategy of the healthcare, the entire division, strategic planning, then your pre-marketing, post-marketing, and interfacing during the labeling, advertisement, distribution. Even regulatory affairs people will help in the reimbursement of the fees, which will pay for the registrations in small countries or small SMEs, that is small and medium scale pharmaceutical companies. Which are the amount they have spent during drug registration in other countries, it will be reimbursed. So a lot of support will be given from the regulatory team to the company. That is why they will hire a very, very strong regulatory team in each and every company, pharmaceutical company. So regulatory affairs professionals have huge demand in the pharma sector because you should have thorough knowledge about all the complete sector. Drug in and out of the drug, from drug discovery to the drug maintenance. That is drug regulatory compliance. It's a very, very big team because when your drug is in the market, you have more responsibility. Drug regulatory compliance becomes very, very important. For example, your what's that? ATM. Due to regulatory compliance only, they lost the huge market. You should, in any area, you should maintain the regulatory norms and compliance is very, very important. Even many big companies, they lost because of the regulatory compliance. So if you want to be in market in any area, your regulatory compliance should be very, very stringent and a good team should be there to take care of these activities. These are all the different types of applications, mainly the investigational new drug, NDA, new drug application, abbreviated drug application is a generic drug. Then biologicals, biosimilars is a very, very big area. Now, in India, Biocon is leading the entire globe now in the biosimilar area. And even regulatory affairs people help for marketing authorization to get the GMP certificates, that is COPP, certificate of pharmaceutical products, for obtaining patent, for obtaining copyright, trademarks. See, and regulatory affairs professional is a multidimensional, and we should have thorough knowledge about all the areas, different sectors. That is why regulatory affairs professionals who are thorough in their each domain. They are very, very well accepted in the industry and they are in huge demand. These are all the different regulatory authorities in different parts of the world. Regulatory bodies, India, it is called as CDSO, Central Drug Standard Control Organization in India. It is in New Delhi. US, it is called as US FDA, Food and Drug Administration. Europe, it is called as European Medical Agency, MHRA in United Kingdom, Therapeutic Goods Administration in Australia. These are all the different authorities in different countries. And these are all the CDSO. It is under the Ministry of Health, Government of India, and it is controlled by Drug Control Administration in New Delhi. These are all the activities conducted or controlled by the Drug Control Department. These are all the functions. So legal enactments to regulate import, manufacture, sale of drugs are controlled by Drugs and Cosmetic Act 1940, Drug and Magic Remedies 1954, Drug and Cosmetic Rules 1945, Drug Price Control Order 1995. These are all the regulations which will control the regulatory activities in India. These are all the guidelines. Schedule M deals about the good manufacturing practice. Schedule Y deals about clinical trials and preclinical trials both. Then Schedule L1 GLP, good laboratory practice. Schedule C and C1 deals about the biologicals. These are all the approvals required to conduct the clinical trials, import, export of the new drugs. This is US FDA. The Food and Drug Administration is an agency within the US Department of Health and Human Service, mainly responsible for protecting, assuring, regulating, helping the public to get accurate science-based information about any drug which is imported or marketed in US. There are various regulations, US Code of Conduct. These are all the titles. CFR is very, very important. Code of Federal Regulations. There are 21 titles, chapter 1 to 21. Then your 21 CFR chapter deals with the GMP practice. Mainly 1 to 99 deals with general parameters, 100 to 190 food-related guidelines, 200 to 369 deals with the drugs, how to get the approvals, how to manufacture. All the information is given in this 21 CFR, all these chapters. 600 to 680 is biologicals, 700 to 740 chapter deals about cosmetics, 800 to 898 deals about the medical devices, how to manufacture, how to market, how to get the approval. Every detail is given in the 21 CFR. So this is the different authorities in US FDA. Like that in Europe also, they have various agencies which will regulate all the approval process in the Europe. In Europe, we have different types of centralized, decentralized, mutual recognition, and various decentralized process, various type of different marketing authorization. The rules governing medicinal product in European Union is called as EUDRALEX, EU legislation. It is in 10 volumes, both for human and veterinary products. These are all the 10 volumes. Then MHRA, Medicine and Health Products in the UK, responsible for ensuring the medicines and medical devices work are acceptably safe. These will set the guidelines each and every step for the drug development in the European Union. So this is the TGA, Therapeutic Goods Administration, which will talk about the regulations in the Australia. This is TGA. Australian manufacturers of all medicine products must be licensed under Part 4 of the Therapeutic Goods Act, and their manufacturing process must comply with the GMP, good manufacturing practice. Then only you can market your product in the Australian market. These are all the regulations which you have to follow to market your product in the Australia. This is ICH, very, very important guidelines you have to study. ICH, that is PICS, the Pharmaceutical Inspection Convention and Pharmaceutical Inspection Cooperation Scheme, jointly referred as PICS. See, if you want to market your product in the European countries and the European Union, your facility should be approved by PICS authority. It is a Pharmaceutical Inspection Authority. If it is approved, your product can be marketed in the entire European Union. It's very, very important guidelines. And OECD, to conduct all the testing of, that is Organization of Economic Cooperation and Development, to conduct all the GLP studies. Preclinical studies should be conducted as per the OECD guidelines. Then ICH guidelines, International Conference on Harmonization. It is mainly divided into quality. All your quality system, QC department and analytical department should be thorough with the quality guidelines. Preclinical department should be thorough with the safety guidelines and efficacy guidelines. Clinical trial department and physician should be thorough about the efficacy guidelines, E guidelines, and M multidisciplinary document. That is module 4 is module. It's very, very important. Then your CTD. This is the format in which we have to submit the document to the regulatory authority. This is the module 1 is regional requirements. Module 2 is quality, safety, efficacy of the documents. Module 4 is non-clinical trial documents, and module 5 is clinical study reports. So this is the common technical document, how we have to submit the documents to the authority. This is the entire CTD module. If it is converted to electronic module, it is called as electronic ECTD, electronic common technical document, which is accepted worldwide, and all the documents should be submitted in the electronic format now. And we should know about the QA and the QC are very, very important role in maintaining the quality of the product. Quality assurance QA refers to a program for the systematic monitoring and evaluation of various aspects of the project, service, or facility to ensure that standards of quality are being met. Quality control, the operational techniques and activities that are used to fulfill requirements to maintain the quality of the product. Then difference between QA and QC. QC is product related, QA is process related. QC is reactive and QA is proactive. QC is line function, QC is staff function. QC finds the defects in the product, and QA prevents the defects in the product. So it is kappa. Prevention is better than cure. They will do all these activities. See, quality control is testing. Quality assurance is defining the process. They'll give the SOPs. QC is inspection, and QA is selection of tools. And QC is checkpoint review, and QA is the training. They'll provide training to all the peoples. This is how our how regulatory knowledge can boost your career means you understand complex regulations, your decision-making capacity improves, you are equal to manager, better you can handle the projects, you can ensure quality and compliance, you become a thought leader and strategic influencer in any pharmaceutical company. You can give them strategy, what we have to do next, why it is important. We have to explain to the management as well as to the all the internal departments. So remember, regulatory knowledge is not just skill, it is a career accelerator. So that is why you should be thorough in the regulatory affairs activities. So what exactly you have to do this? So that is why with that aim to create more regulators or regulatory affairs professionals who have thorough knowledge about the regulatory department, what is their role in the pharma industry, we have started all these courses and other things. And one more thing, our tailor-made live classes for you to help and explore in the world of pharmaceuticals, mainly the regulatory affairs department. So regulatory affairs for non-pharmacy professionals. Every Sunday, we have a live session from 1 to 3 p.m. We have many students joined and they are completing the courses. The key highlights are live classes and question answer session will be there. Assignments to help you learn faster. Recording access to classes to help you recap your knowledge if you have any doubt. Certificate, interviews, and placement support to get you hired in the pharma company. We'll train you and we'll place you in the pharma company. Since we have a very good network in pharma, they are requesting people in the pharma sector who are trained and well educated in the regular department. See, there are a lot of openings. They are not getting the right people. That is why even we are getting requests from the pharma industry to give the manpower, trained manpower. So because in small companies, they want people, experienced people only. They don't want to train people. But in big companies, they will train for a few months. When they get trained, they leave the job and go to other companies. That is the reason why some companies are very particular. They are asking a trained professional. That is the reason why you started all these courses to support the pharma industry as well as the freshers. That is the reason why you started all these things. Even if any people from different backgrounds can shift to RA. Other courses planned are global regulatory affairs, pharmaceutical marketing. These are all based upon the public demand and the industry demand. We have started all these things. We are not started on our own. These courses are on the public demand as well as the pharmaceutical requirement, industry requirements. So we are bridging the gap between the freshers and different categories of people, and we are supplying the trained manpower to the pharma industries. Global regulatory affairs, pharmaceutical marketing, quality assurance, and QC. QC is in high demand, and all the courses you can lead in any particular area. These are very important industry-oriented courses. So now we can go for any question and answer sessions. So, and thanks for your patient listening for all this time. So now it is open for question answers. Manoj, you can take up any questions now.
Definitely, sir. Yeah. So participants, in case you have any specific question, please feel free to ask. We'll take up the questions now. Sir, you may stop sharing the screen. In case they have any doubts, we'll go back to the screens later on.
Yeah.
All right, perfect. So thank you so much, sir, for that insightful session and giving us a bird's eye overview of regulatory affairs, how regulatory affairs works and how important it is for all of us to know regulatory affairs. If you want to get into pharmaceutical industry, regulatory knowledge is definitely going to add a lot of value to that, right? Irrespective of whether you want to get into pharmaceutical industry or not, understanding regulatory is very important, because understanding the law of a country, law of drugs and regulations is absolutely important. So thank you so much for sir for that. Yes, so when there are a few questions, I'll read out the questions for you. And participants, when you are putting the questions, please ask the questions to everyone so that everyone can see the questions, and I'll read out the questions for you. All right. So there are two questions in the chat box. One is from Shravya. She says, I am a microbiology graduate. What prerequisites would be needed for someone with my level of knowledge to enter into the field of RA? As a fresher, the least exposure to pharmaceutical company.
See, definitely. See, regulatory is such an area, we need all type of expertise in the regulatory affairs professionals. That is because almost all the drugs, they have to do the microbial studies before releasing to the market. That is why, see, during the regulatory review of your dossier, all specialists are required. It may be from the synthetic background, who are the synthetic people. We need analytical people who know the method development validation. We need people from the preclinical studies. We need people from microbiology who will do all the microbiological assays and all the parameters, mainly for the biologicals, and all molecules require microbiological studies, and the all your data is required and approval is required to go to the next level. Even the final thing. So whenever, and even the clinical doctors are required to give their clinical report. So it is a bundle of expertise, and each and everyone can contribute to the during the review, and you can give your clearance. Then only the regulatory authority will file the application to the regulators. And during audit time, they will ask each and every experts who are involved during the dossier preparation. During audit, you are the one who are responsible to answer all those things. QA team will involve all the department heads. It may be microbiology, it may QC, QA, production, regulatory. You are mainly the R&D department, even clinical trial department, even your preclinical. Because no, combinedly we have to give the conclusion that yes, the molecule which we have developed is of quality, safety, and efficacy to the people. So all department peoples are equally important in the regulatory affairs department. We have a vast scope in the regulatory area. Any people, it may be from microbiology, life science, chemistry, preclinical, dentist, all are having equal scope in the regulators. Only one thing, you should have basic thorough knowledge or the strategy for how to enter into the regulator. That's very important. You can join regulatory department with basic idea of the regulatory affairs. All are equally important in the regulatory. It is a multidisciplinary area. We need people from all these subject experts are required, because your dossier will go to the subject experts. Even in the drug control department, they have the subject experts, and they will call for the subject SEC meeting, that is subject expert meeting. That time you should go and explain about your product. So that is why all are equally important in the regulatory department.
Perfect. Thank you so much, sir, for answering. And Shravya, I hope Dr. Puranik answered all the question to you. In case not, let us know. In case he answered, give a thumbs up so that we know he answered everything. All right. Thank you so much, sir. Next question, we'll take it from Shushmita. When do we have the detailed sessions on RA?
Every Sunday, we are starting on Sunday.
Yeah. So next batch will be starting from May 4th.
May 4th, yeah. This, because no, the earlier session we are closing by this this Sunday will be the last class. Then they will be having the exams. After their exams, evaluation, and they are rating the project work. See, these batches are doing very good. We are giving the assignments, live project work. They have to rate the assignments. They have to do the project work. Then they will be having the presentation on their own project work, plus our exams and evaluation. So after this, in this month, we will complete the earlier batch. Next May 4th, we'll first Sunday, I think. Manoj?
Yes, sir. Next 4th will be the batch starting.
Yes.
The classes will happen every Sunday from 1 o'clock in the afternoon to 3 o'clock in the afternoon. We'll have 5-10 minutes Q&As and breaks in between, and that is how the classes go on. And all of you, all of the students who access these classes live, they also get the recording of the classes so they can watch it. There will be assignments. They have to complete the assignment. There is a project report that needs to be submitted. And based on that, only the evaluation happens and final certificates are issued. We also will have one session in between where you learn how to create your resume, how to be active on LinkedIn and all of that. So that session I'll be taking, and help you there. And based on that, we also will have a session on interviews. So Q&As and all of that will help you to prepare well for the interviews. Perfect. So we hope we answered that. Thank you so much, sir. Next question is from Sushmita. Does RA consider people with pharmacovigilance background? Which sessions and books can help in getting placement in RA?
Definitely. See, pharmacovigilance is the phase 4. It is a safety data management. That's very, very important. See, whatever we do, you are the one who are reporting the safety data to the authority and other people. Based on your report only, they will check whether it is any adverse event, adverse effects, drug interactions, or any deaths are happening. Based on that only, they will keep the drug in the market. So, pharmacovigilance have a lot of scope in the regulatory affairs. Yes, you can join to any department in regulatory affairs. It is already it is a part of RA only. PV is a part of regulatory affairs department. You can explore to other areas also. There is no hindrance in pharmacovigilance people. Anytime they can join RA.
All right, perfect, sir. Thank you. Guys, if you have any other questions, please feel free to ask. We are open for questions. We'll take the questions from you. Sushmita, we hope we answered it. Give a thumbs up if we answered. Right. Any other questions? Let us know. I'm also checking on YouTube if there are any questions. I'll take from there. No questions from YouTube. All right. Perfect. So thank you, Sushmita. Thank you, Shravya, for asking. We hope we answered those questions. All right. No questions. Let us know if there are any more questions. Perfect. Thank you, Balakaran. If you have a question, you want to unmute and talk, you can unmute and talk. No problem. If you want to unmute and talk, give raise your virtual hand on Zoom. I'll unmute and you can talk. No problem. If you are on YouTube, you can ask the question directly from there. Okay. And the recording of the session will be available on YouTube, so you can check it later on also, no problem. And I'll be sharing the link of that session on the Zoom link. Here is the link. You'll find all the recordings of the past session also here. Today's session's recording is also there. All right. All right, perfect. So there are no questions, sir. I think there are no more questions. I'm just checking one more time. So thank you so much, everyone, for your time. If there are no questions, we are good to go. And we'll keep doing these sessions more often. So stay tuned for more updates on this. You can follow Dr. Sangamesh on LinkedIn as well. So one of you have asked the question, duration of the course. The duration will be 3 months. Yeah. Every Sunday from 1 o'clock to 3 o'clock for 3 months, there'll be assignments, project submission, and based on that, the evaluation will happen. You'll get a certificate of participation. Will help you to prepare for interviews in the pharmaceutical companies as well. All right. There is no guarantee for getting the jobs here, but then we'll just help you in whatever ways we can. All right. Can we get a certificate for this webinar? No, Balkaran, no certificates for the webinars until this month. From next month, yes, every webinar you attend, you'll get a certificate. Yes. All right. So thank you so much, everyone on YouTube. We are closing the YouTube session from here, and we'll stay on Zoom for